Hello and welcome back to The Divide, and today on The Divide we're going over the Dev Q&A number 3. This Q&A is going over the new buy menu that was sort of talked about previously in sort of the Season 1 dev blog post. So let's get right into it. V-Horn, back at it again. Hey all, Bot and Swap here with our third dev Q&A for Season 1 Flashpoint. We've had a lot of questions around the new buy menu. What's changing? Is it just a visual update? And will there be new weapon pairs? We've dedicated an entire Q&A to the buy menu 2.0, which is a complete overhaul from what you've experienced previously. Let's dive in. The original buy menu. One of the major skill checks we want players to master is weapon breadth. We think FPSs are at their best when players are enjoying a variety of weapons, trying to discover the situations where each weapon excels to gain edge and outplay the competition. As you can see, this is the buy menu that we all know and somewhat love. So as you can see here, obviously we have our quick buy, primary, sidearm, and each tier has one gun for you and one gun for your Spectre, as well as you have your abilities down here to buy, as well as your armor plates. Additionally, we wanted weapon pairs to lean into our unique duality mechanic and force players to think differently about how they set up an attack or defense. Players need to think about their pair of competitors, using them both in the best combination of positions to complement their round strategy. We also hope players would get to live in the duality dream of covering their own op body with a short range weapon as they get pushed. A paired weapon system came with a unique challenge in that players could potentially have different weapon power levels on each body. For our first iteration, we really wanted to maintain power consistency when purchasing, so we grouped all pairs into tiers where all weapons within a tier have similar power levels. This decision has made it easy to understand your overall strength at a glance when making a purchase. Example, tier 4 is better than tier 3. And to understand what you were put up against mid-round. The fallout of these goals was that the menu was more confusing than we would like for new players. While veterans learned the menu quickly, new players would struggle to wrap their head around the pair concept. The original buy menu was simply not like anything in any other shooter in a way that added confusion. On hover button, state changes further exacerbated this problem. While we got many gameplay benefits, we paid a high price in terms of onboarding. We eventually added quick buys tab to the buy menu that could reduce cognitive load as a player was onboarding, but it wasn't good enough on its own. With these pros and cons in mind, we set out to do better. Buy menu 2.0. Our new iteration of the buy menu will allow players to build weapon pairs on the fly. Players can choose any body 1 weapon and freely pair it with any body 2 weapon. Player will have way more freedom to craft their perfect pair that meets the needs of their strategy in a given round. 3, 2, 1. Here is buy menu 2.0. Looking sleek. I like the colors. I'm hoping that if you have skins on your weapons, then it will show here. They don't really show that off, but that would be really cool. But honestly, this is better. You have no more quick buy menu. I think it was just annoying more than anything else. It was like it would default you load into quick buy and then you would switch to one of the other two anyway, depending on what round you were in. So yeah, this is a lot better. Obviously, you still have your tab for your sidearm versus your primary, so not everything is on one screen. But as you can see here, you have you and your Spectre, your next round minimum. This is how much you currently have. I don't think these ones changed at all. And then you can buy 1 weapon for you and 1 weapon for your Spectre. You have your equipment buys on the side here, as well as your armor buys, and you can see what your teammates are requesting more easily. Actually, this is sort of massive because before it was in the top corner. It wasn't this vibrant, and it was like, I don't know, it was just sort of tucked out of the way. Whereas this, it's like, vibrant. You can see the name of who's requesting. You got like the color of who it is, which is really cool. And that means you can also request weapons individually instead of like requesting a pair and then having to buy your own half while your teammate buys the other half, which is pretty cool. I think this is much better. I like this a lot. So it looks like you have the Bouncer, Hornet, Buzzsaw, Fury, Tempest, Berserker, Blackout, and Reaver. And then on your Spectre, Spectre, you have the Harp, Trident, Whisperer, Drummer, Cyclone, Crusader, and Prototype Op, plus another spot for maybe another weapon. I'm just kidding, that's probably not going to happen, at least not for a little bit. First and foremost, we've massively increased weapon pair choice and freedom. Always dreamed of a Bouncer plus Crusader combo or Reaver plus Trident for your headshot friends. Now is your chance. We've gone from 20 pairs to 56, all while making it easier to understand. You'll have more chances to get creative, more direct control over the amount of money you want to spend, and far fewer moments where you feel stuck with a weapon that doesn't pair with something that augments your strategy. Mastering a variant of weapons is still a core tenet of the system. While also allowing you more opportunities to play in your own way, we've relaxed the weapon power level restrictions so you can now pair what was tier 1 weapon in the old system with what was a tier 4 weapon. We've adjusted the prices of a number of weapons as well due to the impact of this flexibility. You'll more easily get one of the high power rifle, but it will be harder to get the Crusader / Blackout or Crusader Reaver pair to compensate. Additionally, machine guns have come down in price, so the Berserker fans rejoice. I don't get it. Like, all of these games are just buffing LMGs. People don't play with LMGs not because they're not good. We don't play with LMGs because they're cancer. All right, so I mean, this is just the same thing. Okay, so this is when you first load in, I'm assuming. So you've selected the Blackout, and now it's waiting for you to select a secondary weapon before it locks itself in, which is, I mean, makes sense. Second, we want to ensure the menu is overall much easier to understand. Gone are the state changing buttons and tier restrictions. We split the UI into 2 halves, one for each body, which feels more intuitive and more natural, communicates the most important information players need. The weapon themselves also have modules updated and are now showing in full color for easier readability. Simply buying a weapon from body 1 selection and another from body 2 selection, you're good to go, assuming you have enough cash. The buttons are more clearly reflect what you're getting and how the system works, which should help onboarding and learning significantly. We're also making a number of changes that will help players at all skill levels avoid the feeling of overwhelming by the amount of information on the screen, such as reducing the total amount of text displayed by introducing a new iconography and improving how your teammates' current inventories are shown to you, hidden by default. Okay. Oh, okay. So the team inventory is hidden by default. So the only thing is that on the one side, it showed, if we go way back up here, on the one side, it would show the stats. So you could like figure out really quickly, I mean, not a lot of people looked at this, but it's still a nice thing to have. I'm hoping they didn't take that out. I don't see it in any of these though, which is unfortunate. I'm going to assume that the team inventory, because it says view requests at the bottom here, I'm going to assume that this team inventory thing isn't permanently up. Let's look at the pistol one. So you have the option between the Carbon and the Brat, and then your Spectre has the option between the Shiv and the Dust. So there's no more just Carbon first buy. So you now must spend $200 minimum on the first round. I mean, we'll see how that goes. Third, the new buy menu is now smarter and it will help your teammates save money through the team inventory whenever possible. In the old versions, you had to purchase a pair after the weapon was placed into the team inventory to get the benefits of the free weapon. The new buy menu will do this for you automatically whenever there is an opportunity to do so, saving you that hard-earned cash. This updated menu should feel great to use on both PC and console, and we're confident that the updated visuals and improved design will help players no matter which platform they're playing on. This feature will completely change the way you play Spectre, and we can't wait for you all to try it soon. See you in Breakwater 2.0. Bot and swap. Very cool. It is a very cool. I like this. I like this for some reasons, and obviously I think there's only like 2 things I don't like about it, and they're both like really minor things that most people just don't care about. The first one is having the stats on the one side. Well, basically no one looks at this. It is cool to have, as I said earlier. And the other thing is that you have to spend $200 in weapons on the first round. Like the Shiv, unless if you don't buy, it'll just automatically give you 2 carbons. That's something that isn't explained here. If you just don't buy a weapon, will it just give you 2 carbons? That might be how it works. But other than that, like this is really cool. I like this buy menu a lot. Anyway, that's it for today's Spectre news video. If you're looking forward to any other Spectre news update and content, feel feel free to subscribe. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.